mushroom jerky dehydrated in an air fryer. Now I'm going to be showing you how to make this tasty little snack, really simple, really easy, that you're going to keep going back to. So let's jump straight into it.
One Pizza Too Many cooking and unboxing videos.
And welcome back to the channel, everyone, and thanks for joining me again for my next instalment in the Healthy January series of videos. If you've not seen the previous videos, make sure to check them out. Now today I've got these beautiful mushrooms. I've got some oyster mushrooms, I've got some flat cap mushrooms, chestnut and button mushrooms, and I'm going to show you how to prepare them and marinate them ready to dehydrate. Today I'm going to use the Ninja Foodie with the 2-tier rack to dehydrate them. However, you can use any air fryer that you've got to dehydrate these, or even just your oven at home. Or if you fancy not to have a dehydrator unit in its entirety, then you're also good to go. So hopefully everyone can join in with this. I'm going to move you a little bit closer so you can see the ingredients and how I'm going to prepare them, and then we're going to get them in the Ninja Foodie. Okay, to follow along and recreate this, you are going to need some light soy sauce. So I've got 250 ml of light soy sauce. I've got 1 heaped teaspoon of garlic powder. I've got 1 heaped tablespoon of smoked paprika. This isn't a spicy one, it's just a nice smoky one. And in here I've also got some cracked black pepper. We're not going to go in with all this, we're going to go in with a good couple of pinches. Then, like I said earlier, I've got some button mushrooms, some chestnut, some flat caps, and these beautiful oyster mushrooms. So we are going to marinate these, and we're going to marinate them overnight. And I'll show you how these look in a second. So what I'm going to do is just take these oyster mushrooms out, and the flat caps. And then really, it's up to you how you want to prepare these. So ideally, you want to be slicing them nice and thin because you want these to dry out. So that is all the buttons and the chestnuts sliced. Now, with the flat cap mushrooms, all I'm going to do here with these first of all is I'm going to actually just scrape the gills out of the mushroom. The reason for this is these will soak up quite a lot of the marinade, but also they won't dry out very nicely. So all I'm going to do is scrape them out like that. And same with the other one. And I'm going to take the stalk out just to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to take the stalk out of that one as well. And you'll see all the mushroom gills. And then finally these beautiful mushrooms, these oysters. All I'm going to do is actually just tear these, because they tear really well once you've chopped the root off the bottom. Just tear them into nice chunks. In fact, you can rip the root off anyway. Obviously, mushrooms being really high in vitamins, and we're not adding much to them. Obviously, there's a lot of salt in the soy sauce, so we're not adding any extra salt into this marinade. We're just using the soy sauce salt. There we go. Next, I'm going to go over with the paprika. I'm going to go over with the garlic powder. I'm going to go over with some good pinches of cracked black pepper. So I'm going to go in with 3. And then all of this soy sauce. And then we're going to give this all a mix up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to wrap this up and we're going to let it marinate in the fridge overnight to get all of these lovely umami flavours into them. To be honest, I think these would be great just fried off on some toast right now. Might make a little bit of a mess, but not to worry. It is only soy sauce at the end of the day. Okay, right, they are marinated. We'll get cleaned up and I'm going to show you side by side what these look like 24 hours on from the prepping. 24 hours on, and this is what they look like. So they've shrunk down a little bit, they've softened, and they've absorbed loads of that soy sauce and marinade into the mushroom. And now what we're going to do, we're going to dehydrate these, and that's just going to lock in all of this lovely flavour that they've soaked up. They'll then be a really tasty snack as an alternative maybe to your standard crisps, or even, you know, if you go and grab a chocolate bar. So for this I am using the 2-tier rack that goes into the Ninja, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that first rack into the machine, and I'm then going to get some of these mushrooms and simply place them on the rack. Now some people say to coat the grills or the metal rack with some olive oil or spray. I'm just going to try it without, because obviously I want these ideally to be a bit healthier, and extra oil isn't really the name of the game that we're trying to achieve. So we've got some buttons, we've got some chestnuts, we've got the flat cap or field mushrooms. And what I'm doing, I'm trying to put the smaller ones on the bottom rack, because the heat's going to come from the top of this when we turn it on. So I'm trying to give the smaller ones the best chance they can. Some of these will dry out to hardly anything. That's almost all of the mushrooms that aren't oysters. I think so. Oh, cool. Another flat cap there. Let's put that just down there. Okay, so rest of these are oysters. And then I'm just going to lift the second tier on and just pop it on. And hopefully we'll get all of these oysters now on the top. Honestly, the smell of these after they're marinated is really good. Right, there we go. That is all the mushrooms gone. Oh, one little bit, but that's now all the mushrooms gone. You could save this marinade. You could do another batch using this marinade now, because it's only been in there 24 hours, so it's good for 3 days. Next, we're going to close the lid, and I'm going to just pop around the other side and press the buttons. So I'm going to switch it on, and with the slider over to the right, I am just going to scroll down to dehydrate, and I'm going to go up to 80, which is around 176 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you in America. I'm going to drop the time down to 3 hours. Now this may take 2 hours, it may take 4 hours, so we're going to go in between at 3 hours, I am going to come back out and check it after 2 hours. So join me then. So let's get this party started. So this is now been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes. I'm just going to open it up. And you'll see these are drying out really, really nicely. So if I just pick one up, yeah, you'll see it's getting there. However, it's not there yet. So I am going to leave it for the full 3 hours, I think, and then come back and see where we're at. So down we go, and I'll leave it for the last 50 minutes and see where it is. Right, okay, so we are now at the 3 hour mark, and it's looking good. Now, it is still a little bit wet for my liking, so I'm actually going to put this back on, and I'm going to give it another hour. And I've just upped it to 90 as well on the temperature. So off we go again. And there we go, it's at the end of its additional hour, and I think we are about there now. Let's pick one up. Yes, that's a lot better. Much better. So let's get these out and let's have a taste. Right, so we've got our little rack, and obviously it is a little bit warm still, but not really hot. And I'll just slide these ones forward first, and you can see that the smaller mushrooms, they've dried out a lot quicker. And you can hear as they're dropping onto the plate, they're much drier. There is still a bit of glistening on these, so if you were being really picky and you wanted to keep these for a long time, I'd probably go a little bit longer, but to be honest, these aren't going to last that long. I'll move that one out of the way. Just got a couple on there. And then we've got these oysters. These are what I think have turned out the best. Right. So, doesn't look particularly great, but flavour wise these are going to pack a real punch. So I'll move the camera out a little bit and we'll have a little taste. Right everyone, I know it does take a long time to dehydrate these, however you can be doing other stuff. Put them on overnight when the electric's cheap as well, even better. So I'm going to try one of the chestnut mushrooms first. Loads of flavour in that. Wow. Right, I'm going to try one of the oysters. Wow. Who'd have thought a dehydrated mushroom could taste that good and be so full of vitamins, actually good for you. Obviously, I know we've added a lot of soy sauce, so the sodium content is quite high. However, overall, we've not used any oil. It's you know, so basic, the ingredients for this. So easy to do. Marinate overnight, bang them in your dehydrator, air fryer. Job's a good one. Now, if I'm being really critical about these, I would potentially not mix up the smaller mushrooms with the bigger mushrooms if I was to do this again, and I would just use the either flat cap or oyster mushrooms, and I'd put them on for, I'd say, at least 4 hours. So although they're dried out, although they are dried out, I'd like to take them a little bit further if I was to do them again. Let me know in the comments, have you done any mushroom jerky yourself? Have you done any other dehydrated products in the Ninja or any air fryer that you've got? Let me know. And make sure you are heading over to Ninja and Kasori Cooking Community Facebook page. It's the page that I run along with a few other people. It's a growing community. Bang me some pictures on, some feedback of what you've been cooking like this in your products. Make sure you tune into next week's video as well. It's the last video as part of my Healthy January series for this year. We have so far done the healthy carrot and coriander soup. We've done the healthy fish cakes last week. We've done this snack, which is the mushroom jerky, this week. And next week we're going for the dessert, and we're going to do some healthy blueberry muffins. And we're going to use the Kasori air fryer next week to cook those. So you don't want to miss that, so make sure you are subscribing to the channel. As always guys, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment, like the video, and I'll see you again very soon.
One pizza too many.